I've been cheated on before, so I know the signs. Distance, secrecy, random arguments to justify emotional space. That's why this felt wrong in a completely different way. Because when my girlfriend started changing, she didn't pull away. She leaned in. We'd been together a little over a year. She had her own apartment. I had mine. But we were at that stage where toothbrushes had permanent parking spots in both bathrooms. Then, out of nowhere, she got softer, more affectionate, more patient. More "I appreciate you" speeches. At first, I thought, nice, character development. But it didn't feel like growth. It felt like someone trying to balance invisible scales. The first moment that stuck with me was small. We were on her couch watching a show. I reached over and brushed hair out of her face. She smiled, but for a split second. Just a flicker. Her eyes looked startled, like she forgot I was there. Not physically, mentally. A few weeks later, we were at a bar with friends. She left her phone on the table when she went to the bathroom. Screen lit up. A message preview popped up. No name, just a number. "I miss hearing your voice." My stomach dropped. But when she came back, I didn't say anything. I just watched. She picked up her phone, saw the message, and didn't panic. Didn't hide it. Didn't flip the phone over. She just sighed. Not the sigh of someone caught. The sigh of someone tired. Same unsaved number. This time the message said, "I can't keep pretending you don't exist." Later that night I asked casually, "Who was texting?" She didn't even hesitate. Wrong number. Some guy who thinks I'm someone else. And here's the weird part. I believed her, not because the story made sense, but because her tone did. Weeks passed. No secret meetups. No sketchy late nights. If anything, she spent more time with me than before. But sometimes I'd catch her looking at me like she was trying to memorize my face. Like I was temporary. One night, we were in bed, and she asked, out of nowhere, "Do you think people can really change?" I said, "Depends what they did." She went quiet after that. I started having this feeling I couldn't name. It wasn't she's cheating. It was she's already gone, and I don't know where. Then came the night that broke it open. She was in the shower. Her phone was on the nightstand. It buzzed, I know. I shouldn't have looked, but I did. Same unsaved number. This time the message said, "I can't keep pretending you don't exist." My chest felt like it caved in. I opened the thread. There weren't hundreds of messages. There were only a few, all from him, spread out over months. Things like, "Are you happy? Do you ever think about that night? I saw someone who looked like you today, and it messed me up." And from her, nothing. No replies, not one. I put the phone back exactly where it was. When she came out of the shower, hair wet, oversized t-shirt, she smiled at me like always. And I realized something that scared me more than cheating ever could. She wasn't having an affair. She was being haunted. The next day I asked her directly, "Is there someone from your past who still thinks you're part of his future?" She stopped breathing for a second, then sat down. She told me about a guy she dated for 4 years, high school into early adulthood. First love, shared friends, shared plans. She broke up with him, started dating me 3 months later. "He didn't take it well," she said, "but I thought he'd move on. Do you still love him?" I asked. She looked at me with tears in her eyes. "No," she said, "and I believe that too. But," she added, "I don't think he ever stopped loving me." After that talk, things made sense. The guilt, the softness, the random sadness in her eyes. She wasn't cheating on me. She was carrying the emotional weight of being someone else's unfinished story. I told myself I could handle that. Everyone has a past, right? Then, 2 weeks later, she didn't show up to dinner, didn't answer texts, didn't answer calls. Around midnight I got a message. From her. "I'm so sorry. I should have told you sooner." That was it. No explanation, I called. Straight to voicemail. I didn't sleep. The next morning, I got a call from an unknown number. It was a hospital. She'd been in a car accident, single vehicle. Late at night, they said she was stable, concussion, broken arm, lucky to be alive. I rushed there. When I walked into our hospital room, she looked small, pale, tubes, machines, that sterile smell. She smiled when she saw me. Relief washed over her face. "You came," she whispered. "Of course I came," I said, grabbing her hand. And that's when I noticed someone else sitting in the chair on the other side of the bed. A guy about my age, red eyes, exhausted. He stood up when he saw me. She looked between us, then said very softly, "Both of you are here." The room went completely silent. I looked at him. He looked at me. And in that moment, we both understood at the exact same time. She hadn't been choosing between her past and her present. She'd been trying to keep us both from finding out about each other. Turns out some people don't cheat by starting something new. They cheat by never ending the old thing.